Alright, sorry, I had to recharge for the next series with some food. We are about to start things off with our Chinese undead, WFZ, perhaps the third best undead player in the world. Behind 120 and Happy. Against Foggy, maybe top 5 Night Elf in the world, together with Moon, Loliot, Infi, Colorful. Maybe. Map number 1, Echo Isles, best of 3. Foggy's loser map is Amazonia. And WFC's loser map is Forgotten. Last Refuge. Thank you. Alright. Foggy has a few different styles. He alluded to it as well, that he has different styles. He's got Demon Hunter Naga, Bear Dryad, with great micro and aggression, while continually staffing all of his units to safety. And it is going to be the Demon Hunter for now. He also has mass ranged style, loads of archers, into eventually mountain giants. He has 1 base styles and 2 base styles. Undead versus Elf is pretty epic. It has gone through many strategical variations in the last 2 years. Enter the Keeper patch, where Night Elf was playing Keeper, Archer, Huntress expansion into mass archers, or even mass mountain giant. We've seen mass fairy dragons, mass hippo riders, so many different styles. Now we're back more to a 2008-esque of play, with Demon Hunter, Naga Sea Witch, Archer play into Dryad Bear and maybe mountain giants. Oftentimes you'll see a 50 food play from Elf, while saving up enough resources to make 2 mountain giants with upgrades at once. Demon and DK meets in the middle. No mana burn. Oops. Mistake by Foggy. Hopefully for him he will finish this creep on time. But that's going to be a coil steal if he wants to. He doesn't. He hasn't picked ability yet because he wants to go Unholy Aura if he gets mana burned. And he doesn't need coil. He has gone for an auto attack steal on the Trapper. That's nice 48 experience steal on that creep. The skeletons remain splitted so that you cannot use a single wisp to detonate against both of them. Nor should Foggy really want to. He needs all the lumber he can get. And that's why these wisps remain alive. Do not detonate for small amounts of experience. Night Elf always has to play Hunter's Hall style against Undead. They don't go Mass Talons. They don't go Hippo Riders with Demon Hunter. And Hunter's Hall is one of the most expensive lumber tech for Night Elf from any race in the game, from any strat. Dryads cost 60 lumber each. Oh, this wisp. This wisp is locked in. He needs to detonate. That's a 1 wisp advantage for WFC. That's 1 tree to avoid. SPX is Foggy's clan. It's called Sparks. Bears cost 80 lumber, mountain giants cost 100, and dryads cost 60. Hunter's Hall costs 100 lumber, so altogether it is a very lumber expensive route. Demon Hunter will get level 2 because of the skeleton kills and the initial creep route. And he gets away. The reason that Foggy didn't mana burn the DK is because DK is not yet level 2, he has no active spells, and because the Demon Hunter is low on health. The more mana you're missing, the more costly it is to heal from a Moonwell. So he wants to ideally first get full health from Moonwell, hopefully not depleting his Moonwells entirely, and then he wants to go for more mana burns. Demon Hunter still not healing up, is staying with the archers to finish the final 2 troll trappers. As WFC recognizing how low the Death Knight, the Demon Hunter, had fallen, can use this time to unworriedly creep his expansion. But Foggy's wisp scouting, as usual, is excellent. No coil though! Ah, no coil deny. I mean, no detonate. If Foggy had been fast, he would have used his wisp to detonate away all the blight, including 50 mana and maybe 1 or 2 skeletons. But he was multitasking. He was looking at his demon, his archers and so on. WFC going with the late tier 1 expansion is interesting. He just started his own hero at the altar. Not going for a Naga or a Tavern hero, he's going for the Lich. Lich is... it's a toss-up for Undead whether they go Lich or Naga second, though Lich has been trending upwards again. He sees Foggy coming with the pressure and cancels the base. Cancelling your base does cost resources, but not as much as taking damage on it and then cancelling them. It subtracts a percentage of the cost that you get back. And what actually WFC achieves by making an expansion like this and forcing Foggy's hand to come all the way over here with his demon and Naga is a delay in creeping. If you look at the minimap, you see that the red movement of the Naga has gone all the way from the Tavern to the natural expansion of WFC and then all the way back here to the Ancient of War. So you can see that just making and cancelling the gold mine has delayed Naga creeping. And now he does it again. There was still a sliver of blight available, and he's put down in Nerubian a Ziggurat here, which he can make into a Nerubian and he can repair from here. That's a surround. There is a Staff of Teleportation, so no mana needs to be wasted on Demon. It would not be a kill. But this kind of semi-committed play by Undead is forcing movement and reactions out of a Night Elf. Night Elf could go for a counter expansion, but because Elf is working on very expensive Ancient of Lore tech, is getting Dryads now and then wants to get at least 2 bears and 2 Master's Claw bear up training. Because he needs 2 bears and double Druid of the Claw training, Adept and then Master, these are all investments that do not allow for a simultaneous Tree of Life production. But Foggy made his choice. He has decided to prioritize economy. Having 2 Dryads and a TP and a Staff of Staff of Teleportation, not Preservation, and a Greater Heal. He feels like at the very least he can do pressure play. But without Demon Hunter being level 3, the mana burn isn't that scary yet. Only 50. Now Demon Hunter's level 3. So with these 2 Dryads he has, he's gonna try to creep important neutral contested creeps. Keeping in mind he already had the marketplace and now is getting the shop. If you think of the map as a 50-50 split, Foggy can eventually get the lion's share of the creeps. Even more so if he goes over to WFC side of the map and actually tries to contest the mercenary camp, which is in a difficult spot. But he wants to see what he can do at the expansion. The gold mine actually is not yet finished. He can absolutely get a cancel here. It will probably cost him 3 archers at least. That's 1. There goes the second. He gets a mana burn. The Naga gets focused. She does not have any way to protect herself, and the Greater Heal is too far away. If he blocks up with the Dryad, he can save the Naga, and he does. Invul pass to the Death Knight. Offense, best defense. 3 archers, I said? Maybe? Not yet. 2 archers have gone down. Naga is low. Foggy holds for now. It would take Balls of Steel not to guzzle that heal pot, and he has it. Rejuvenation. Of course, Destroyer upgrade is not yet here. And when you look at what Foggy got out of this attack, he got so much. He cancelled a gold mine that was 85% of the way done. And he forced WFC to use ghouls in the defense of the motherland. Using ghouls puts WFC on a lumber deficit. 38 out of 40 food with only 150 lumber. And there's no 3rd hero yet, and there's no Destroyer upgrade yet, and here is quite a big bear. Foggy looking for holes in the armor of WFC. Now checks out the main base. What you got? Destroyer upgrade finally started. It cost 150 lumber. It was delayed because of the ghoul defense. This is Foggy's earnings. Meanwhile, Foggy finished his Tree of Life. Even now, the gold mine is getting entangled. And the bears are on the field. Upgrades are coming in. New bear coming on the field. And the Ancient of Wonders is in production also for an eventual Orb of Venom and Staff of Preservation. Usually at which time you see Naga take the Scroll of Town Portal and the Staff of Prezi so that she can staff away the demon to home. He heals up. Staff of Telly's back in. Roar. Fork Lightning, Mana Burn. Oh my god, nearly the Lich stole the level 5 creep. That would have been a big steal for WFC, but not quite. And remember that 50-50 split of the map in creeps? Foggy is not respecting it, nor should he. He recognized that since the beginning of Tier 2, and in fact the end of Tier 1, WFC has been splitting his focus between making a scary army and expanding. And the army isn't that scary because the expansion was not easily won. Finally, WFC is mining from 2 bases. This is a style of play that Happy never does. It might be foolish for WFC to try and go for a style that Happy also plays, considering that Foggy gets to practice against Happy all the time and very nearly wins every time. Very nearly. He loses 2-3, he loses 1-2, and if Happy is maybe the best micro undead in the world, maybe the best undead in the world, then how could WFC hope to rival Foggy when Foggy brings Happy to the brink? So WFC does not play like Happy. One base style, push with 3 heroes. He's adding some of his own flair. This is also inspired by 120, who loves expansions. Early expansion on the field, saving up on 50. But Foggy is no stranger to upkeep management. He was shown up big time by Moon in the Night of Mirror on Amazonia, where Moon saved up on 50 food in a mirror matchup, when Foggy went to 70 food and was unable to recognize the situation, attack and win. Foggy will have watched that. He will have taken a lesson from one of the greats, the great, some would say, in Spirit Moon. And Foggy does watch that and learn from that. Still 50 food, upgrading, Wellspring, preparing new tech rats. Ancient of Winds are on the battlefield. And now Foggy deems it is his time to push his lead. And make no mistake, lead he does have. Naga level 4, Demon level 3.6. We've got double Hippogriff coming at a time and double Bear. What item did he get? I'm not 100% sure. I believe he got Claws of Attack plus 9. WFC is aching for some experience, but there are no creeps left. In lieu of finding creeps, he doubles down on the economic advantage. Still on 50 food. You cannot use a potion of healing during Staff of Telly without cancelling the staff, Ayuli. Why Ancient of Wind? Yes, because of hippos against destroyers. 4 hippos against 4 fiends and 3 destro doesn't do anything. But make 8 hippos and you can give destroyers a really hard time. You may not kill them all. They will web, they will run, but it means your bears are fighting without dying instantly. For anyone who has ever tried to go up against destroyers with mass Druids of the Claw, destroyers wreck them in seconds. Nova on all the bears, focus fire, double damage from magic to heavy armor, and bears just melt. The hippos are there to protect the bears. And the dryads can tag and slow down destroyers. This looks like a W for the Boxing King Foggy. He just needs to find an angle. His hero levels and items are better. His army is more developed and diverse. His upgrades, I know not. And he starts to chip away on buildings. This is more like a knock-knock joke. He's going for the pit, it doesn't really matter. This is about announcing his presence. The punchline is still coming. And here we go. This is the punchline. Hippos on the destroyers. Half-life already. Gets a big devour on the roar and a coil full life now. He's webbing hippogriffs and running, but there's so much damage by Foggy. Abomination with Disease Cloud in the midst of all. Fired it all over the bears. But they like the musk. They are healthy enough. Hippogriffs are getting webbed and focused. Nice micro by WFC. Another hippogriff goes down, but a big mana burn hits on the Death Knight. Destroyer's getting focused and will explode in a gas of green. 2 abominations remain, but another fork lightning kills a fiend. Foggy on 77 food. WFC down to 60. Naga third with fork lightning first. You don't see that every day. That is what WFC has. Saving up more units at home. Foggy nearly level 5 on the Naga Sea Witch. And going back to the knock-knock joke. He's like explaining the joke. It just gets funnier. Kills the pit, goes for the crypt. WFC scrambles to the defense again. Comes from the south side. And tries to save the crypt. 2 fiends are just watching. And a third fiend comes out. It dies. The crypt. The shop is getting attacked also. Foggy doesn't even turn around to face him. Look at me when you're talking to me, says WFC. But Foggy says, no, I'm busy. Talk to you later. WFC now TPs, demanding attention, standing in front of the football game. Comes over here with the Abominations. A Death Knight in the front, Abominations in the front. Destroyer getting focus fired by the Hippogriffs. Fiends are getting shredded by bears. Lich and Naga wailing away on the front line. Bear goes down, but there aren't enough destroyers to deal with these bears. Roar gets reapplied. There are no destroyers. Bear with 1 life getting away from a fiend. Does not die yet. There's a 1 HP bear that's trying to get away. Now focus fire on the Naga. Naga goes down. DK is low. Lich getting focus fired. Happy never loses his Lich, but this is WFC. He does have a potion of invulnerability. Abomination goes down. Foggy is wreaking havoc in the base of WFC. 70 food against 30. He has a level 5.5 Naga Sea Witch. Demon level 5. He's dominating. What a wonderful army he has here. He looks like the massive favorite, not just in this map, but in this series. This isn't even close. WFC hybrid tech expansion tactic not working out. He lacks decisive fighting power. Look at those poor abominations. All their arms splayed wide. That's another mana burn on the Lich. Takes him down to nothing. The Naga with full life. Fork lightning level 3 on the Lich. Mana burn 106 on the DK. Does have a mana pot. Guzzles it. Coils the Lich, but that's it. Foggy at 78 out of 80 food. Lich level 3. Tries to snipe the Naga, who has a potion of invulnerability. Uses it. No blunders here. Foggy playing. It looks like he doesn't even have lag. He does. But it looks just so good. Naga has no TP. Gets staffed. Auto attacks on the Lich. And takes him down. Demon Hunter level 5.3. Naga goes down as well. This Demon Hunter. Who's next? Bears everywhere. GG. WFC calls it and Foggy takes it. Still at 78 food. My. What a dominating performance. Yeah, not even close. I mean, what really went well for WFC this game? He killed a wisp. It was detonated. That's pretty much it. He forced 1 wisp detonate. He killed 2 archers. Sick. Foggy played an almost perfect game. Now this map was neutral. Now we're going to Foggy's map choice. No, sorry, to WFC's map choice, which was Concealed Hill, I believe. Concealed Hill is next, I believe. Yeah, Foggy looking really clean. Now, the other players in this group... Oh, question by Destroyer in chat. Is race switch allowed in the tournament, and what's your opinion on it? Yes, it is allowed. It is allowed. And my opinion on it is that it is pretty damn cool when a player can do that and does do that. We have 1-0 here. The winner will face the winner of TH and Chemico. Now, Chemico should not be underestimated, as he actually took top 4 in the previous WGL. He got 3rd place, I believe. 3rd, 4th. Korean Human. Korean Human's doing pretty okay. Sok beating Alice. Let's see how Chemico does. But TH is a legend. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second map of WFZ versus Foggy. The map is Last Refuge. Last Refuge is a pretty good map for both Night Elf and Undead. Orcs like this map the least. Night Elf and Undead like this map quite a bit. Foggy opens up with an Ancient of War creep on the Murlocs, rather than the level 3/3/3 Ogre and Troll. And what I like about this is that the Ancient of War is closer to 3 other creep camps. The Mercenary Camp, the Troll Priest level 4, and the Natural Expansion. Although the item from the Murloc isn't as good as from the Ogre Warrior, only a Slippers instead of a Circlet, potentially, but it is in a better spot. And you can always fall back to get your own Ogre Warrior later when your army is a little stronger already. Demon Hunter is being produced, once again, by Foggy. No Keeper or Warden, at least not yet. Warden can be used to defeat Undead. Lawliot has done this before. But it is unusual for Foggy to do so. He loves his Demon Hunter Naga. And the funny thing about Foggy is the way that Foggy plays is counter to the trend of second hero choices that I was previously familiar with. In the past, you would go Alchemist or Panda or Tinker second when you're playing for the late game, when you're doing a lot of Demon Hunter harass into creeping. And you would go Naga if you're doing some kind of harass, non-stop harass, or all-in. But Foggy alternates with his Naga between harassing, really attacking, and creeping. And it makes sense that as a game matures, as the level increases, that you would go with a hero that has the option to do either. Naga level 5 may not be as good as Panda level 5, but it is easier to get there. Furthermore, Naga has the option of turning on the pressure when the developments require it, whereas Panda can never be aggressive at level 1 against DK Lich fiends. So it makes sense. So what I've seen a lot is that Foggy is creeping his Naga while Demon level 3 is harassing. And he'll creep it to level 3, 4, or even 5. Now Last Refuge shows its ugly teeth, as all these creeps do lots of ensnares and poisons. DK is dropping very low. This is awkward. A lot of damage taken by the Death Knight for a single creep. And he will fall back for now. Getting back to that hallowed, unholy ground. Getting that double regeneration action from both Blight and Unholy Aura. Acolyte Scouts, what you doing? Archer Production, Third Moonwell, and Tech for Foggy. Very sequential safe opening. A sentry ward has been placed on the high ground of the laboratory. That means that Foggy gets to see whichever direction WFC moves out from his main base from every time. Acolyte assassinated. Didn't manage to self-deny itself. And again, the creep route. A level 1 creep will be level 2 for the DK. Finally, he is. And he will section off his Death Knight to prevent getting mana burned easily while threatening a surround or continued harass. Archers get near. Foggy is not going to get caught so easily by a 6-unit surround. Unholy Aura notwithstanding. A second sentry ward has been placed, I believe. Ah, interestingly, that dust actually reveals the sentry. WFC does a little frowny face. But you need to turn that frown upside down and look on the upside of the laboratory high ground. Because it was a reveal, but he didn't see it. So he couldn't take it down. And there is a second sentry, which is near the expansion. What I like about Foggy's sentry position here is that you see it right here? Right here, right? It's not in the usual place. The usual place is the cavity clearing in front of the Merc camp and the natural expansion. But it means that if you were to just randomly guess where it is and you dust, you would not find it. Foggy sees this because of the sentry and goes with the cancel. Now, the 2 trolls were killed. This is good experience for WFC. And it's a removal of the ability to cast heal and inner fire later on in the game. So it will be easier to creep this for WFC. And he goes for it again. Sentry ward is still there. At this point, WFC must know. It's too obvious. Right? Don't tell me he's gonna try to get the Ogre Mage. Mana burn is a 50 damage small delay gap closer. He loses a ghoul. Foggy is right on top of this. Foggy fans will be happy to see this. This is a very good situation for Foggy. And unless Lich comes out in the next few seconds, that's a Foggy creep. Cyclone, Book of the Dead, Healstone. Book of the Dead. He can try to land us around on ghouls. He goes for... There's only 2 ghouls, mostly skellies. 1 ghoul goes down. Second ghoul goes down. And he gets level 3 from it. And now a skeleton. Lich comes out. He can actually staff to the archers and then mana burn the Lich. 1 archer down. That's a reveal from the laboratory. 2 archers down. I think Foggy is a little bit throwing here. A little bit. Oh! Did I say Foggy? I meant WFC. I don't think so. Damn. That was so shocking. Yeah, that's the caster curse. That is the caster curse. Foggy uses the Book of the Dead that he stole after he got the sentry. I mean, Foggy got the best items. This is pretty lucky. Sentry ward into Book. But he used it well, and WFZ played into it. Wand of Mana Steel cannot be said to be the best item. In fact, I think it's the worst. Together with Scroll the Beast. Actually, you know what? They're exactly equally good. 200 gold. He would have liked to get Greater Heal Pot here, maybe Greater Invul. Greater Mana Pot is so-so for the Naga. It's alright. Alright. Orb of Corruption is out. Lich is getting level 2. There were a bunch of archer kills. Despite the Death Knight dying, it was low. Nova? Oh, he just got enough mana for Nova, but he got burned first. I'll see you burn first. Is he gonna go Frost Armor? Yes. Using some of the mana that was about to get burned for Frost Armor. Quite useful indeed. Meanwhile, Naga creeping with Ancient of War. Good Night Elves always prepare their next creep camp with Ancient of War and don't lose it. This Ancient of War is nearly dying, but he can attack his own Tree of Eternity, which I think he just did, with it, which prevents it from getting focused by creeps. Then you eat again and it's alive. Black Dota TV is here. I don't know where you're from, but you seem to be cheering for Foggy. So you should be pleased. The game you grew up with. Foggy is doing well. Bears are on the field. Roar, Rejuvenation, and Master Training coming soon. Destroyer has been morphed. He will make short work of this Ogre This is always a great comeback mechanic if you can get higher value or more creeps. He has to TP out though. Kodo, War Drums, Command Aura. And now, oftentimes, you'll see the undead pick up a TP, immediately get the other. You don't even want to stay in base for a second. De-aggroing Ancient of War follows the AI rules that creeps never focus one unit that is attacking another unit that belongs to a player. Either a building, your own unit, or that of an opponent. So if all my rifles attack your abomination, the creep will never attack my rifles unless that abomination is also attacking my rifle. This single idle unit that doesn't get... Anyway, action picks up again. What I said is true, but... yeah. So yeah, you can de-aggro Ancient of War. You never need to lose it to creeps, only if you make a mistake. This is the quenching mod, yes. Just like tower aggro in Dota, yes, correct. You can attack a unit.
Greetings, friend.
As well as group it, but then the problem is that you need to stay away, otherwise you start hitting your units for 40 damage. The advantage of killing a Tree of Eternity is that you'll never hit it. You just start walking in that direction. Which is fine, honestly. If you attack your own demon or whatever, it also works, but then you take damage. If you attack your own archer, you won't take damage until you don't reach, but once you reach, you have to choose another target. It's just a bit more awkward. WFZ went over 50 food, despite not having a third hero yet. He's walking around with DK and Lich on 51 food. Minimum advantage, maximum gold deficit. As he runs in his statues and almost loses them. Oh my god, it does die. Well, on the good news, statue dying means we can get rid of that abysmal 51 food situation. Meanwhile, Foggy, I always see him with a super high Naga level. He's been creeping very well. Naga level 4.3. What does he get? Sobi Mask. Quel'Thalas is what he had. Greater Healing Potion. That's a great item against Undead. That's a great item for healing. Ancient of War has seen the world. Is he really Ancient of War creeping the opponent? Tree of Life just finished on the high ground, on the red spot. Foggy, 58 food. WFC, 54. Hires in Naga, 59 food. 2 Abominations with Disease Cloud. This is the typical style you would expect. Last game, hybrid expansion style. Now it looks better. Foggy is fully mining. And will force WFC to commit to the expansion. But WFC gets the high ground. No hippogriffs this time. Destroyers are going to melt bears. WFC, honestly, besides the losing DK, has played a pretty solid game. He's built up his army very well, even brought ghouls, and has got that double statue single destroyer action. Oh, there is a hippogriff. And no web yet. Lich and Naga need to attack the hippogriff together with destroyer. And now web finishes. 1 hippo goes down. 2nd hippo getting focused. Abomination gets coiled. 2nd hippo goes down. Fiend burrows. Fight looking pretty good for WFC. Some damage has been put on the destroyer by the Orb of Venom Demon, but not enough yet to kill it. So that the destroyer can still get coiled. It can still get coiled. It gets away for now. No mana for coil though. Does do a devour. Gets a bit of health. Uses the high ground as well, but many abominations are falling. Foggy doing good work here, but it's close. Where is the DK? He's running away for now. Lich getting focused. Has no invulnerability. Has no invul. Does have coil from the low ground. Destroyer still alive with 1 life. 1 life Destroyer is still here. Lich needs a TP. He's gonna try and give it, but he's blocked. Lich goes down. Destroyer somehow still alive. There is a TP. There's no TP on the DK. Finally, Destroyer goes down. Lich still has greater heal. He baits maximum damage. Lich is down. Normally, Undead needs to go to the tavern and rebuy it, but it's level 3 Lich. Luckily for him, it's not level 4. It costs 510 gold. In 6 seconds, he can get it. And he will go again. Amazing items on WFC. He's got Command Aura plus 10% damage to the entire army. And Khadgar's Bong of Brilliance. Mana regeneration. The Archmage Aura. Minus 19 mana burn on DK. Because it was traded for a coil. Is there a Devour for this rejuvenation? Missed. Foggy dodged the Devour. That means Rejuve is still working. Fork Lightning on the DK. Lich is getting focused. Lich is getting focused. The bear block. No, Lich gets away. Fiend burrows, but there is dust. 2nd Fiend gets attacked. Abomination spread farts on everybody. That's 7 bears. Naga. Naga with the Fork Lightning level 3 kills the Death Knight. Foggy with the backstab with the level 3. Naga focus fire. GG. Foggy wins 2-0. And wins the 2nd series of Group D in a very convincing fashion. 2 different styles by both players, but 2 convincing victories by Foggy. Wasn't perfect, but it's really mincing meat right now, splitting ends to look at the mistakes. The good plays were so prevalent for Foggy. WFC, he tried, he played a good style of Undead, a good brand. It was of good level. But Foggy played stellar. 2-0, which means that this group is done and today's WGL broadcast is not done because there was only the first series. Good. We have the 2nd series coming up. TH versus Chemico. Or Chimico, as some people say. I've always thought it was Chemico. I don't know which is right. I like Chemico more, and I don't know the official pronunciation key. So, Foggy wins 2-0. And TH Chemico is next. A human mirror. The other results so far. Lin versus Guagua 2-0. Moon versus Colorful 2-1. They will face. If you want to see the schedule, today is July the 13th, Monday. Tomorrow we're going to get A and B, winner and loser round. A and B. Which means winner and loser round, we're going to see Sock versus Law Lyot tomorrow. And Alice versus 120. Why he spelled Eero is because that's the Roman phonetic spelling of the Chinese words for 120. E-er-ling. E-er-ling. 120. That's why he's Eero. We're going to see Lin versus Moon, which is the second group tomorrow. And then Lin Guagua versus Colorful. Cool maps coming up. But for now, a short break, and then we're going to go to TH versus Chemico. See you soon.